Hello, this is Christopher Kenworthy and welcome to Cinematic Effects in After Effects. And we're going to show you ways of changing footage so that it looks more cinematic and more high quality. You can see with this example we've taken an ordinary shot and then in the foreground we had this glow as though light is catching on the lens, and it just creates more of a Hollywood look. Here you can see in the background there's a red stool which is distracting and catches the eye, so I can show you a way to remove that red so that the whole shot looks clearer and your attention is drawn towards the actor. Actors are very important when it comes to achieving a cinematic look, and there are some shots where the lighting just isn't quite right. In this example you can see that the lighting's okay, but when we change it so that she looks more strongly lit on one side and darker on the other, the effect is truly cinematic. I'll also show you ways to take a shot that was taken in the day and make it look like it was nighttime by changing the color of parts of the frame and also adding individual lights. One of the key skills is learning to separate the foreground from the background, and there are many ways we can do this with color and blur. We can blur a background and then add foreground objects to that, and this creates a really strong sense of depth through the frame. You can even add something like a window frame to enhance that even further, and you can move the objects and pull focus from one to the next. You can even add objects to moving footage, so a shot like this can be transformed so that it feels like there's more motion and depth. As we move across, you can see that blurred object in the foreground just gives it that feeling that you would get in a Hollywood movie. You can even add moving objects where there are none. In a shot like this where no cars were driving past, we can add a car and make it look as though one was always there. And for more subtle effects, you can add shadows and light to the background. Sometimes a shot looks great, but you really just need to give it that extra edge to bring up the quality, and shadows and light are one of the best ways to achieve this. You can add camera moves in post-production as well, so a static shot like this can be made just that little more alive by having the camera move and follow as though it's slightly handheld. And for shots like this where you want the camera to dolly in towards the actor, you can achieve that effect by making the layer 3D and using a variety of techniques. Everything that I'm showing you here has been used on my feature film, The Sculptor's Ritual. If you watch the trailer for that on YouTube, you can see many of the shots that we're doing here, how I've recolored scenes, how I've isolated areas and drawn attention to them, added camera moves. Just about everything we're covering is used in the real world. It's used on everything from The Lord of the Rings to an art movie. These are techniques that are used constantly wherever there is cinematic footage, because no matter how well you do on the day, you can do better in post-production. So I hope you enjoyed the course, I hope you get a lot out of it, and I'm sure you will use these techniques on a daily basis.